Hi, my name's Damien Willis. I live in Adelaide, and I'm intending on logging some regular sports blogs, some video blogs for on basically my opinions of what's been happening each day in the world of sport. The first of my blogs being today, the Friday the 26th of June. So my sports thoughts for today. Although I've been turned off of Leighton Hewitt by some of his, and this is my my opinion and the way I've perceived him, but maybe it's not actually the case. I've never actually met the guy, but I perceive him to have been a bit arrogant throughout his career. I guess when you are a professional sports person, there is probably an element of that you do need in yourself. But you look at somebody like Roger Federer, who does come across as having not quite so much arrogance and being a little bit more down to earth. I guess when you are as good as he has been, you probably have the right to do that. But anyway, getting back to Leighton, I respect him as an athlete and as a tennis professional. He's made the most of his abilities during his career. I was really pleased to see his win over Del Potro last night. Good strong win. And I was also really pleased to see Sam Stosur make it through to the third round. I wish I was there. I was lucky enough to go to watch Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic and Marat Safin all last year on the centre court. As well as getting to go with my wife on another day on court one. I've got to say it was magic, having strawberries and cream and doing all the traditional stuff, pims and lemonade. You've got to do all that sort of stuff when you're at Wimbledon. And for both of the days that I was there, I had perfect weather, which I was really lucky because, of course, that never happens at Wimbledon. My next point, I see that the two Formula One camps have now made up overnight, and that Max Mosley's been given the boot. I think that given all the bad publicity that Max Mosley has received over the last 6 to 12 months, it was probably inevitable that was going to happen eventually. Just want to wish my boys, the Port Magpies, luck for their SANFL game this weekend. Come on, the mighty Maggies, and going for 2 in a row. I've been disappointed at their performances over the last few years, and disappointed to see that the club's in some financial trouble. If only I had a lazy $1 million or so to hand to them, I'd love to be able to help them out, but that's not the case. The NBA. The draft was on yesterday. Now, maybe I don't know enough about college ball, but perhaps somebody could explain to me why Tyler Hansbrough, who was from the University of North Carolina, I believe, he went to Indiana at only pick 13, and I would have thought surely he would have gone at a lower number than that. Surely he should have been higher considering what he's done at college. Apparently he's broken so many records, particularly at UNC, so I just think that's ridiculous. And the Indiana, look out for them, even as early as next season. I really think that he's going to be the type of player that is solid, just like Tim Duncan, and that you can actually build a team around. I can't wait for the Ashes. Although I do have concerns now with Andrew Simons not being part of the squad, and with Shane Watson breaking down with injury yet again, that the Australian squad's going to lack a quality all-rounder, and I really see this as being something that's really going to trouble us. Cycling, the Tour de France will be starting soon. Lance Armstrong, I'm really not sure whether he can actually win it. I did actually visit his Twitter page earlier today, and I do see that he mentions that he's been exceeding his expectations in terms of his training levels. I guess you can never write such a champion off. But the likelihood of him actually being so successful is I guess you've got to question it. He was in Adelaide earlier this year for a race called the Tour Down Under. He didn't perform particularly well then, but admittedly it was actually the first, although said he had been training quite seriously, it was the first competition that he'd raced in for, obviously, since he had retired. So I really don't know quite what to expect, but I really don't expect him to win. In my opinion, he's probably as much in it for the publicity for his charity, which is perfectly acceptable if you ask me. And I think everything that he's done in his career, he certainly earned the right. My final point for today is on MLS, the Major League Soccer. I just happen to notice that the LA Galaxy haven't changed their performance since the departure of David Beckham, and that being that they're still crap. Currently they lie third last in the Western Conference in the MLS, some ways off of earning themselves a playoff spot. Their form would have to change remarkably to do that, and so yeah, unfortunately, well, David Beckham didn't really make a huge impact on them, and they've continued to perform just as poorly without him. So that's enough for my sports blog for today, and look out for future ones. Cheers.